Hello students, welcome to the first lecture of Basic Mathematics. I am your physics teacher Lalit Midha and today we will start basic maths portion. Right? I know you are thinking I am a physics teacher and I will teach you mathematics today. Right? What is the reason? There is a reason behind this. In competitive exams we have around 75 to 80% numerical portion. Right? So to cover those 75 to 80% numerical portion, we need some basic knowledge of mathematics. We will not cover complete mathematical portion, right? We will cover only those points which is related with physics, right? So in these lectures, we will cover some basic points from mathematics related with physics, right? So let us start our first point. It's a very simple point, angle. We know in lower classes we use this unit degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, right? But in higher classes we need the second unit of angle, that is known as radian. Radian is the second unit of angle. And how you define this? Let us suppose we have an arc. This is an arc of a circular portion, right? And this arc is making this theta angle at the center, right? At the center O. Let us suppose the radius is R and the length of the arc from A to B point is L, right? So radian is angle is equal to arc upon radius. What is angle in radian? Angle in radian is always equal to arc upon radius, right? This angle is in radian. What is the length of the arc? Length of the arc is L and radius is R, right? So theta in radian is equal to arc upon radius. You have to remember this and we will use in many questions this point, right? Now what is the relation between degree and radian? What is the relation between degree and radian? It's a very simple point. 180 degree is equal to pi radian. This is the standard relation between degree and radian. 180 degree is equal to pi radian. So what is 1 degree? 1 degree will be pi by 180 radian, right? So whenever you have to convert degree into radian, right, we will use degree unit also, but whenever you have to convert degree into radian, you have to use this relation. Let us take a simple example. I want to calculate 30 degree in terms of radian, second unit. So 30 degree is, we know 1 degree is pi by 180. So 30 degree is 30 into pi by 180. 1 degree is equal to this much radian. So 30 degree will be 30 into pi by 180 and this degree will cancel out. You will get pi by 6. So 30 degree is pi by 6 radian, right? Second point. Let us calculate 45 degree. 45 degree is how much radian? So 45 degree, 1 degree equal to this. So 45 degree is multiplication of 45. Degree again will cancel out and we will get this as pi by 4 radian, right? Pi is same 3.14. You can put the value, but in general we always represent radian in terms of pi, right? You can represent in terms of decimal points also, but in general we represent in terms of pi, right? Let us take one more example. Third example, I am taking 90 degree, right? 90 degree is how much radian? 1 degree is this much radian, so 90 degree is into pi by 180, that is pi by 2 radian. Right? Similarly, you can calculate 120 degree. 120 degree is how much? 120 into pi by 180. Degree will cancel out and you will get 2 pi by 3 radian. Right? Let us take one more example. What is 360 degree? What is 360? 360 is a complete cycle. This is 360 degree. Right? Complete rotation is 360 degree. Right? What is pi? Or what is 180 degree? 180 degrees half cycle. Right? 180 degrees, you can say it is a U-turn. Right? It is half cycle. Whereas 360 degrees complete cycle. So 360 degree is 360 into pi by 180. Degree will cancel out. Got my point? What you will get? 2 pi radian. So remember this 360 degree, you can represent one complete cycle 360 degree with 2 pi radian. Got it? In last point, we have seen how to convert a degree into radian. Right? Now we will see how to convert radian into degree. So let us write the relation. The relation is 180 degree is equal to pi radian. Right? So we can write in this way also. Pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Right? You can directly replace pi with 180 degree if pi is present in the angle. Like, let us take one example. Pi by 3. This is in radian and I want to convert it into degree. So how to convert it into degree? We have pi radian is how much? 180 degree. So 180 degree divided by 3, that is 60 degree. Right? It's very simple. Second, pi by 3 pi by 4. 3 pi by 4 radian and I want to convert it into degree. So pi radian is how much? 180. So 3 into 180 degree divided by 4, that is 135 degree. Got it? Third number example. Let us take 3 pi by 2 radian. Again pi radian is how much? It is 180 degree. So it is 180 degree. How much you will get? You will get 270 degree. Right? Let us take one more example, fourth. What is 5 pi by 6 radian? Method is same. Convert this pi radian into degree. So 5 into 180 degree divided by 6. So it is 150 degree. Right? Let us take one more example. Fifth example. I am taking 4 pi. 4 pi radian. 4 pi radian. In last point I told you 2 pi is 360 degree. Once complete cycle. So 2 pi plus 2 pi is 4 pi. That means 2 complete cycles. Right? It is 4 into 180 degree. Right? It will be 720 degree. Now let us suppose we don't have pi in the angle. Let us take one example, 2 radian. And we want to convert it into degree. We have this relation, pi radian is how much? It is 180 degree. So what is 1 radian? 1 radian is 180 degree divided by pi. So you can use this relation to find out the value of 2 radian. So 2 radian will be 2 because 1 radian is 180 divided by pi. So 2 radian will be 2 into 180 divided by pi. So this is the value of 2 radian in degree. Similarly, you can calculate the value of 1 by 60 radian. 1 by 60 radian is 1 by 60 into 180 divided by pi. This will cancel out and you will get 3 divided by pi degree. Right? So you can convert radian into degree also and degree into radian also. Got this? Now let us see trigonometry. What is trigonometry? Trigonometry is collection of all the properties related with a triangle. Right? It is collection of all the properties related with a triangle. What is triangle? 3 sides, 3 different angles, theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, and the total sum of all the 3 angles is 180 degree, or you can say it is pi radian. Right? Now let us see a basic property that exterior angle is sum of opposite interior angles. What is exterior angle? Exterior angle is outside angle, right? This is inside angle or interior angles. So alpha is opposite angles are theta 2 and theta 3. So alpha is theta 2 plus theta 3 sum of opposite interior angles. What is beta? Beta is exterior angle and opposite angles are theta 1 and theta 2. So beta is equal to sum of theta 1 and theta 2. Gamma angle is equal to sum of opposite interior theta 1 plus theta 3. Right? Basic property of a triangle. Now equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle means all sides are equal. Right? If all sides are equal, then the angle, interior angle is equal to 60 degree. All the 3 angles are 60 degree. Right? Now the next triangle is isosceles. This triangle is having 2 equal sides. Right? 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. So this is theta, this is also theta, 2 sides and these 2 angles are also equal. This is different, alpha. We know the sum of the 3 is 180 degree. So 2 theta plus alpha is equal to 180 degree. So alpha is 180 minus 2 theta. Got this point? Next type of triangle is right angle triangle. Means one angle of this triangle is always equal to 90 degree. Right? If we are observing this angle, then the front side is perpendicular, longest side hypotenuse, remaining side is base. Right? Very basic theorem, Pythagoras theorem. Hypotenuse square is equal to perpendicular square plus base square. Right? If you observe this angle, then this become perpendicular and this become base. Got it? Okay. Now there is a small point. In a circle or in a semicircle, if you connect the 2 diametrically opposite end to any point P, then the angle made by AP and PB is always equal to 90 degree. This is a very small point from mathematics. Whenever you connect a diameter at any point P, it makes 90 degree. Right? So sum of these 3 angles is 90 degree. So 90 plus theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to 180 degree. So theta 1 plus theta 2 is equal to 90. That means the sum of these 2 is also 90 degree. Now trigonometric ratios. Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta. These are very simple points. What are these points? These are the ratio of sides only. Right? Sin theta, cos theta, tan theta, these are only ratio of the 2 sides. Let us see this sin theta. Sin theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. 1 by sin theta is known as cosec theta, and cosec is hypotenuse upon perpendicular. Cos theta. Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse. Remember, I am observing this angle. Right? Everything is derived according to this angle. So this is base, this is hypotenuse. So base upon hypotenuse. 1 by cos theta is sec theta. Sec theta is hypotenuse upon base, inverse. Tan theta. Tan theta is perpendicular upon base. P by B. It is perpendicular upon base and it is also equal to sine theta by cos theta. 1 by tan theta is known as cot theta and cot theta is inverse cos theta divided by sine theta or base upon perpendicular. Let us take a simple example. If tan theta is root 2, find the value of sine theta cos theta. So if tan theta is root 2, draw the tan theta. I am taking this theta. Root 2, you can assume root 2 by 1. So it is root 2 by 1, right? So what is the hypotenuse? This square plus this square. That means under root 2 plus 1, that is under root 3, right? So hypotenuse is root 3. Let us find out sine theta. Sine theta is perpendicular upon hypotenuse. So it is root 2 by root 3. What is cos theta? Cos theta is base upon hypotenuse. So it is 1 by root 3. Got my point? Now let us see a very important right angle triangle according to physics. Almost in each and every chapter you will see this triangle and these angles. That is why we are saying it standard right angle triangle. Now we have 3 sides and the length of the sides is 3 unit, 4 unit, 5 unit, means meter, centimeter or any unit, right? These 3 sides will make a right angle triangle. You can check the Pythagoras theorem also. 3 square plus 4 square is equal to 5 square, right? Remember, this angle is always 53 degree. How to remember this? 3 sides will make 53 degree angle, right? It is calculated mathematically, but how to remember it? 53 degree, right? Remaining is theta. Let us calculate the value of theta. The sum is 180 degree. So 53 plus 90 plus theta is 180 degree. So theta is 37. You have to remember these two angles, very important angles, 53 degree and 37. 53 is between 5 and 3 and the 37 is between 5 and 4, right? You can double the length of the sides, angle will remain unchanged. We can take 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, angle will remain same. 3 becomes 6 if you multiply it by 2. Multiplied by 2 it becomes 8. Multiplied by 2 it becomes 10. So this triangle is also having same angles 53, 37, 90. Right? Very important point. What is sine 37? Sine 37 is, we are observing this angle. So this is our perpendicular, this is base and this is hypotenuse. So sine 37 is perpendicular upon hypotenuse 3 by 5. Cos 37 base upon hypotenuse. Tan 37 perpendicular upon base 3 by 4. Got it? 53 degree, I am observing this angle. So this is perpendicular, this is base, this is hypotenuse. So sine 53 degree is perpendicular upon hypotenuse 4 by 5. And cos 53 degree is base upon hypotenuse 3 by 5. Tan 53 degree is perpendicular upon base 4 by 3. Right? Now let us see the values of trigonometric quantities for less than 90 degree or equal to 90 degree angle. Let us see sine theta, cos theta, tan theta values. You can calculate the other trigonometric quantities by just calculating the inverse, right? So what is sine 0? Sine 0 is 0. Sine 30 degree, this is in degree, this is in radian. 30 degree is pi by 6 radian. You can check it. Put pi equal to 180 degree. 180 divided by 6 is 30. Right? So sine 30 is half. Sine 45, that is pi by 4, is 1 by root 2. Sine 60, that is 1 by 3, root 3 by 2. Sine 90, that is pi by 2, is 1. Right? Similarly, cos 0, 1. Cos 30, root 3 by 2. Cos 45, 1 by root 2. Cos 60, 1 by 2. Cos 90, 0. tan theta is ratio of sin theta by cos theta. So 0 by 1, 0. This by this, 1 by root 3. This by this, 1. Root 3 by 2 divided by 1 by 2, root 3. 1 divided by 0. Divide by 0 means infinite. Right? Now let us see the quadrant system. Right? Complete 360 degree. What is 360 degree? 360 degree is the complete rotation. This complete rotation is of 360 degree, right? And we can divide into 4 equal parts: 90 degree, 90 degree, 90 degree and 90 degree, right? You can divide this 360 degree, complete 360 degree into 4 equal parts, and each part is of 90 degree angle, and the name of these parts are quadrants. This is first quadrant, this is second, this is third, and this is fourth quadrant. Why I am taking this sense, first, second, third and fourth? Because in mathematics we take anti-clockwise angle measurement positive, clockwise measurement negative. We always take anti-clockwise direction to measure any angle, right? So this is according to anti-clockwise sense. So first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant, right? Each of 90 degree angle. So first quadrant, the angle will be between 0 and 90 and including the corners also, 0 and 90. 0 degree is in first quadrant, 90 degree is also in first quadrant, right? That is why equal to sign. Second quadrant, 90 degree is already in first, so more than 90 and equal to 180 degree. That means 180 degree is in second quadrant. So this border line will be in the second quadrant. So from above 90 to 180 degree. Third quadrant, 180 is already in second. So more than 180 up to 270 or 3 pi by 2. So 270 is in third quadrant, right? Fourth quadrant, above 270 to 360 degree, right? Above 270 to 360 degree, that will be in fourth quadrant, right? So there are 4 equal quadrants, each of 90 degree, and these angles are shown here. In first quadrant, the angle is 0 to 90 and all the trigonometric quantities are positive in this quadrant. You can check all sin theta, cos theta, all from 0 to 90 they are positive. So all trigonometric quantities are positive. So A is representing all trigonometric quantities are positive. Second quadrant, in second quadrant only sine and its inverse cosec, these two are positive, others are negative. That means if angle is between 90 and 180 including 180, then only sine and cosec are positive, other quantities are negative, like sine 120 degree. Where is 120? Between the two. So 120 is in second quadrant and sine 120 will be positive. But cos 120 will be negative, because only in second quadrant only sine and cosec are positive. So cos will be negative. Got it? Third quadrant. In third quadrant only tan and its inverse cot is positive. Other quantities like sine, cos and cosec etc., all other quantities are negative. Let us take an example. 210 degree. Sine 210 degree is negative. 210 is between 180 and 270. So sine 210 is negative, cos 210 is negative, but tan 210 is positive, because this is positive in third quadrant. Fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, cos and its inverse sec theta is positive, others are negative. That means if angle is more than 270 equal to 360 degree, then all the quantities other than these two, all the ratios other than these two will be negative. That means tan 300 is negative, cos 300 is positive, right? So ASTC, we have to remember ASTC. You can remember in this way: after school to college, after school to cinema, right? If you know little bit Hindi, then it is ऐसी तैसी, right? ASTC, ऐसी तैसी, or after school to college. Got my point? Now let us understand how to calculate the trigonometric quantity if the angle is more than 90, right? If the angle is more than 90, then we have to follow some specific rules, right? These are the rules. Let us see one by one. Check angle of trigonometric ratio. So whatever be the ratio, let us take, we have sine 120 degree. So first step is find out the angle. Angle is 120 degree. And find the quadrant of the given angle. So it is 120 degree. 120 degree is between 90 and 180. So it will be in second quadrant. So it is in second number quadrant. Right? Put the sign of the ratio in that quadrant. In second quadrant, sign is positive. So I will put positive here. Right? Put the sign of ratio in that quadrant positive. Break the given angle as given. So it can be 90 plus minus, it can be 270 plus minus, it can be 180 plus minus, it can be 360 plus minus. Means 90 plus or minus, 180 plus or minus, 270 plus or 270 minus. Similarly 360 plus or 360 minus. If the angle is 90 plus minus theta or 270 plus minus theta, then we have to change the trigonometric ratio. That means sine will convert into cos, cos will convert into sine, tan will convert into cot, cot will convert into tan. So whenever we have 90 plus minus or 270 plus minus, 90 plus minus or 270 plus or minus, then we have to change. Removing 90 and 270. Removing 90 and 270, we have to convert the trigonometric quantity. Last is if the angle is 180 plus minus theta or 360 plus minus theta, then never change the quantity. Sine will remain sine, we have to remove 180, cos will remain cos, tan will remain tan, cot will remain cot. This cot will remain cot, right? Cot will remain cot, tan will remain tan, and sine cos will remain sine cos, right? Let us check for this. So the next step is to break the angle. So we can break it in two ways. This is 90 plus 30, or there is one more method, that is 180 minus 60, right? Both will give you 120 degree, right? If we have 90, then we have to remove 90 and we have to change the quantity. So sine will be converted into cos 30, and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So our answer is plus root 3 by 2. Let us check the second method. Second method is whenever we have 180, then sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos. So it will remain sine 60. We have to remove this. Again it is plus root 3 by 2. Got this? Let us take one more example. Cos 120 degree. I am taking cos 120 degree, right? Again, first step, and check the angle 120. Check the quadrant, second quadrant. In second quadrant, sine is positive, but we have cos, so our answer should be negative. There are two different ways. Now break the angle. Let us break the angle. So I can break it 90 plus 30 or 180 minus 60, right? Whenever we have 90 plus minus or 270, we have to change sine into cos, cos into sine. So it is minus sine 30, that is minus half. Whenever we have 180 plus minus or 360 plus minus, cos will remain cos, cos 60, again minus half. You can use any one method. Got my point? Let us take some other examples. Third example, I am taking sine 150 degree. Right? First thing, we have to check the angle 150 degree. Then we have to check the quadrant, second quadrant. So second quadrant. Next we have to check the sine, because it is sine and it is in second quadrant, so it will be positive. Right? Now we have to break the angle. There are two ways to break the angle, 90 plus minus or 180 plus minus. So I can break it in 90 plus 60. Second is sine 180 minus 30. Both are equal to 150. Now if we have 90 plus minus, then trigonometric quantity will change. So it become plus cos 60, that is plus half. Right? Let us see the second. If we have 180, for 180 plus minus, quantity will remain same. So it is sine 30, again plus half. Got it? Let us take one more example. Fourth number example. In fourth number, let us take tan 150. Right? Tan 150. First check the angle 150. Quadrant second. Sine negative. Third quadrant it is positive, but in second quadrant tan is negative. Break it. Tan 90 plus 60. I am using only 1 minus, so whenever we have 90, then it will convert into cot 60 degree, right? And cot 60 degree is 1 by root 3. So it is minus 1 by root 3. Let us take one more example. Sine 180 degree, or you can say sine pi radian. Both are same thing. So check the angle 180. Check the quadrant, second quadrant. 180 is in second quadrant. So we can say it is positive because sine is positive in second quadrant. Now break the angle. You can write it like plus sine 90 plus 90, or you can write it sine 180 minus 0. Both are same 180 degree. So 90 plus 90, whenever we have 90, then we have to change the quantity. It become cos 90, and that is equal to 0. And here if we have 180, then quantity will remain same. Sine 0, again 0. Right? Now let us take angle more than 180 degree. Let us take sine 210 degree. Right? Check the angle. It is 210. Quadrant third. Sine negative. In third quadrant 10 is positive. So negative sine 210. Break the angle. We can break it sine 180 plus 30 negative. Right? Whenever we have 180, quantity will remain same. Minus sine 30 minus sine 30 is minus half. Seventh point. Let us take cos 225. Angle 225. Quadrant third. Sine negative. Break this. We can write 180 plus 45. So 180 plus 45, whenever we have 180, quantity will remain same. So it become minus cos 45, that is minus 1 by root 2. Any doubt? Let us take one more example. Tan 240. Tan 240. Angle quadrant third. Sine positive. Break the angle 240. You can write it as 180 plus 60, or we can write it as plus 10, 270 minus 30. Right? Both are 240. Because it is in third quadrant and 180 degree, for 180 plus minus, quantity will remain same, 10, 60. So it is root 3, plus root 3 is our answer. From this 270, for 270 we have to change the quantity, so it become cot 30. Cot 30 is again root 3. Right? Let us take few more examples. Next is cos 180 degree, or you can say cos pi. This is in radian, this is in degree. Right? First thing, check the quadrant. 180 degree is in second quadrant. ASTC, sine is positive, so cos will be negative. Right? Break the angle 180 minus 0. Right? So it will be minus. Whenever we have 180, cos will remain cos. So it is cos 0 minus 1. Right? Next, cos 240 degree. Cos 240 degree is in third quadrant, because between 180 and 270. So third quadrant, ASTC, tan positive, so cos is negative. So cos 180 plus 60 degree. Right? So it is 180, so cos will remain cos, minus cos 60, that is minus half. Got it? Next, cos 270. 270 is also 3 pi by 2 radian. Right? 3 pi by 2 is in third quadrant. In third quadrant, tan is positive, so cos will be negative. And break the angle, you can write it as 180 plus 90, you can write. Right? Or you can write one more way, cos 270 minus 0. This is also one of the way to represent 270. For 180 degree, it will remain equal to cos. So cos 90, that is equal to 0. For 270 degree, we have to change cos into sine. So it is minus sine 0, again 0. Got it? Next, sine 270. Sine 270, again third quadrant, tan positive, so sine is negative. We can write like this, 180 plus 90. So 180 degrees, sine will remain sine, so it becomes sine 90, negative sign is also there, minus 1. Right? 270. Tan 270, ASTC, tan is positive in third quadrant, because 270 is in third quadrant, so positive 270 plus, or you can say minus 0. Right? Whenever we have 270, we have to change the quantity, so it become cot 0. Right? Cot 0 is cos 0 divided by sine 0. Divide by 0 means infinity. Right? Plus infinity. Sine 300 more than 270. If it is more than 270, then which quadrant? Fourth quadrant. ASTC. In fourth quadrant, cos is positive, so sine will be negative. So it is minus sine, and we can break it in this way, plus 30. Or you can break it in other way also, 360 minus 60. It's your wish, you can use anyone. If we have 270, then we have to change the quantity. Sine become cos, and cos 30 is minus root 3 by 2 is the answer. And when we have 360, sine will remain sine, So it is also minus sine 60, that is again minus root 3 by 2. Right? I hope you got this. Okay, now 330. Cos 330. Cos 330 is again in fourth quadrant. Right? Because it is more than 270, less than 360. So cos is positive in fourth quadrant, and you can break in this way: 360 minus 30. So it become cos 30, because 360 quantity remains same. Cos 30 is plus root 3 by 2. Right? Tan 330 again fourth quadrant, but in fourth quadrant cos is positive, tan is negative. So tan 360 minus 30, that is equal to minus tan 30. Why? Because 360, tan will remain 10. So it is minus 1 by root 3. Sine 360 degree is 2 pi. I told you pi is 180 degree, 2 pi is 360 degree. Right? So 360 degree is in fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant sine is negative, only cos and inverse of cos. Sec theta is positive. So it is minus 360 minus 0, that is equal to minus sine 0, that is also 0. Cos 360 degree, cos 2 pi. Cos is positive in fourth quadrant, so it is positive. Cos 360 minus 0, it is cos 0. Answer is plus 1. Now angle more than 360 degree. I told you 360 degree is one complete cycle. Right? Again, I will be in front of you. So overall the change is 0. That means when we have 360 degree, then again we will reach first quadrant. After covering all the four quadrants, again we will reach first quadrant. So the measurement will start from 0 again. So you can write it in this way: sine 360 plus 60, and plus 60, this is 360, add 60. So we are in first quadrant again. In first quadrant all are positive, so directly you can write it as sine 60 root 3 by 2. Directly you can remove one cycle. After one cycle again we will reach first quadrant. So you can remove directly 360. There will be no difference. Here 720. 720 is how much? Cos 360 plus 360. That means 2 cycles. After 2 cycles again I will reach at the 0 end. This is 360, again 360, we will reach again at 0. So you can directly write it as cos 0, right? Or you can write it as cos 360, and you can write it as cos 360 plus 0. So it becomes cos 0. Cos 0 is plus 1. So whenever we have angle more than 360, then remove the cycles. One cycle 360 degree, directly remove it. 2 cycles 720 degree, remove it. Right? If we have more cycles, then remove that angle, again we will reach first quadrant. Right? I hope you got this. Now let us take negative angles. Now first is sine minus theta. Negative angles tells us that we are calculating it clockwise direction. I told you anti-clockwise sense is positive and clockwise calculation or clockwise sense is negative, right? So if I am saying sine minus theta and theta is less than 90, that means I am in fourth number quadrant. And in fourth number quadrant, sine angle is negative, so we will get minus sine theta. You have to remember this. Sine minus theta is minus sine theta, right? Negative will come out. I will explain with the other method also. Cos minus theta, again we are in fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant cos is positive, so it will give us plus cos theta, right? Sine minus theta is minus sine theta, and cos minus theta is plus cos theta. You can remember in this way that the digestion power of sine is little bit weak, so it will vomit negative sign, but the digestion power of cos is strong, so it will digest the negative sign and it will give positive. Let us take the other method to understand this thing. From this method, sine minus 60 degrees minus sine 60, that is minus root 3 by 2. If I take this minus 60 degree angle in anti-clockwise sense, then this line will make 300 degree angle, because 300 plus 60 will be 360, right? Instead of taking clockwise minus 60, I am taking anti-clockwise, then it become 300, right? And in fourth quadrant, cos is positive, but we have sine, so I can replace sine minus 60 with sine 300, and because it is in fourth quadrant, so sine term will be negative, and we can write it as sine 360 minus 60, that is sine 300, and if you solve it again, you will get minus root 3 by 2. So whether you calculate it by using a long method, this is a little bit long, or you can directly say sine will vomit negative sign, right? This sign, negative sign will come out. Let us take one more example, cos minus 120 degree. Here angle is more than 90, right? So clockwise it is minus 120, anti-clockwise it is 240. If you add them, you will get 360. So instead of calculating clockwise, I am calculating in anti-clockwise sense. So it is 240. So cos 240, because it is third quadrant, cos is negative. So minus cos 180 plus 60, we will get minus cos 60, that is equal to minus half, right? Now next very important thing, whenever theta is very small, whenever angle is very small, then we can write sine theta as theta and cos theta as 1, tan theta as theta. But there is a condition, theta should be in radian. If theta is in degree, then this relation is not valid. Sine 0 is 0, we know, but sine 1 degree is not 1 degree, right? Sine 1 degree is not 1, sine 90 is 1. You have to convert this 1 degree, sine 1 degree into radian first, and then you can write sine theta is equal to the angle pi by 180. Similarly, if we have tan 2 degree, then you can't write tan 2 degree is 2, right? It should be in radian. So first converted it into radian, 2 into pi by 180, right? Solve it. Sin theta will be approximately equal to theta for small angle. So pi by 90, if you put the value of pi, 3.14, very small value. If you divide it by 90, you will get very small value. So you can write tan theta as theta. Similarly, if cos angle is very small, then you can write cos theta equal to 1. If theta is very small, 2 degree is very small, so you can write cos 2 degree is equal to approximately equal to 1. Right? There is a expansion in mathematics, sine expansion, cos expansion, but in physics we need only this information. Right? I hope you got this point. Okay. Next is basic trigonometric formulas. First is basic identity, sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Right? It can be sine square 2 theta plus cos square 2 theta is also equal to 1. Sine square theta by 2, cos square theta by 2 is also equal to 1. Right? How we use these identities in physics? Let us take a simple example. X is equal to A sine t. T is the angle. Y is equal to B cos t. Right? Now we don't want this t. We want to find out relation only between X and Y. Then we will use this identity. Find out sine. What is sine t? Sine t is X by A. What is cos t? Cos t is y by b. Square these two and add them. X square divided by a square, y square divided by b square is sin square t plus cos square t, that will be equal to 1. Right? For replacing angle or for removing angle, we use this type of identity. Second is 1 plus tan square theta is equal to sec square theta. Third is 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosec square theta. You have to remember these identities, basic identities. Now next is very important, half angle formula. Right? In this formula we will convert angle to its half value. Here we have 2 theta and we will convert it into theta. Right? You can see this formula we have to remember, sin 2 theta is equal to 2 sin theta cos theta. So 2 theta angle is converted into theta and sin and cos in multiplication. Right? 2 theta converted into theta. If we have theta, sin theta angle, if we have only theta angle, then by using this result you can convert it into theta by 2. So sin theta is also equal to 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2, half angle. If we have 3 theta, then by using this formula you can convert it into 3 theta by 2. Right? Similar to sin, we have cos formula also. Cos 2 theta is cos square theta minus sin square theta. So again we are converting cos 2 theta angle into theta angle, and the formula is cos square theta minus sin square theta. If I replace cos square as 1 minus sin square, if you put cos square value as 1 minus sin square, then 1 minus sin square it become 1 minus 2 sin square theta. That is the second formula and it is also important. Right? Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta. Now if I replace sin square theta with 1 minus cos square theta, sin square theta with 1 minus cos square theta, if I put the value of sin square here, then I will get 2 cos square theta minus 1. This is the third result, important. So mainly in physics we use these two results. Right? Cos 2 theta is 1 minus 2 sin square theta. 2 theta converted into theta. Cos 2 theta is 2 cos square theta minus 1. So you can use any one depending on the question. Right? We can convert 2 theta into theta. If we have theta, cos theta, then by using these formulas you can convert it into theta by 2. 1 minus 2 sin square theta by 2. 2 cos square theta by 2 minus 1. Right? It is half angle formula. So theta is converted into theta by 2. Right? So from this formula you can shift this cos theta on the right side. So 1 minus cos theta will be 2 sin square theta by 2. And 1 plus cos theta is, shift this one this side. So 1 plus cos theta is 2 cos square theta by 2. Right? Let us take a simple example from physics. Sin theta upon 1 minus cos theta, we have to simplify it. So I will replace sin theta with 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Sin theta 2 sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. Divide by 1 minus cos theta. 1 minus cos theta is 2 sin square theta by 2. So this 2 will cancel out. 1 sin will cancel out. And cos theta by 2 divided by sin theta by 2 is cot theta by 2. Got this point? Let us see one more example based on half angle formula. We have to simplify sin theta upon 1 plus cos theta. Sin theta we can write it as sin theta by 2 cos theta by 2. And 1 plus cos theta from the last point, it is 2 cos square theta by 2. So when you solve it, 2 will cancel out, cos will cancel out, you will get tan theta by 2 as simplified form. Next is tan 2 theta. Again, it is a half angle formula. We are converting 2 theta into theta. So tan 2 theta is 2 tan theta upon 1 minus tan square theta. You have to remember this formula also. Right? Next is sin A plus B. Addition of two angles. The expansion of sin A plus B is Sin A cos B, cos A sin B plus sin. Sin A minus B, it is sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. Right? You have to remember a small thing here. In sine formulas, you will see sine cos in multiplication. We will get sine cos in multiplication. But in cos formulas, you will get either cos cos or sine sine. Right? So in sine formulas, sine and cos will come in multiplication. But in cos formulas, cos cos or sine sine will come in multiplication. Right? So we have to remember sin A plus B is sin A cos B cos A sin B. Sin A minus B is only we have to change the sign here, negative. Instead of plus, we will use negative. Cos A plus B, formula is slightly different. It is cos A cos B. Here we have plus, but here we will get negative. So cos formula plus will give us negative. Cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. And cos cos sin sin will come together. Cos A minus B changes plus. So cos A cos B, here we have minus. In result, we will have positive. Sin A, sin B. Right? You have to remember these four formulas. Next is tan A plus B. Tan A plus B is tan A, tan B, 1 minus tan A, tan B. Right? It is tan A plus tan B divided by 1 minus tan A, tan B. Similarly, if we have tan A minus B, sign will change. Tan A minus tan B divided by 1 plus tan A tan B. By using these formulas, you can calculate the half angle formulas also. If you replace A with theta, B with theta, if A and B are equal, then what you will get? Sin theta cos theta, sin theta cos theta. So it become 2 sin theta cos theta. So sin 2 theta become 2 sin theta cos theta. Similarly here, if you replace A with theta, B also with theta, so it become cos 2 theta. Cos square theta minus sin square theta, so you will get the previous formulas. Similarly, we have tan formulas also. Tan A plus B. If you replace A with theta, B with theta, then it become tan 2 theta. Tan theta plus tan theta become 2 tan theta. 1 minus tan square theta, because A and B both are equal to theta. Right? Let us see some examples related with these formulas. Sin 75 degree. We have to calculate the value of sin 75. 75 I can write it as 45 plus 30. Right? I am converting it into A plus B. So it is, open this by using this formula, sin 45 cos 30 plus cos 45 sin 30. Right? Sin 45 is 1 by root 2. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. Again cos 45 1 by root 2, sin 30 half. So what you will get? You will get root 3 plus 1 divided by 2. Root 2 is the value of sin 75 degree. Now sin 15 degree, I can change it to sin 45 minus 30. Subtraction of two angles. Open it, sin 45 cos 30 minus cos 45 sin 30. Again it is 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 minus 1 by root 2 into half. So it become root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Right? Similarly, we can calculate the value of cos 75 also. Cos 75 is cos 45 plus 30. Open it. Cos 45 cos 30. This is the formula. Cos A plus B. Cos A cos B minus sin 45 sin 30. So it is 1 by root 2 into root 3 by 2 minus 1 by root 2 into 1 by 2. So it is root 3 minus 1 divided by 2 root 2. Got it? Next type of formulas. Sin P plus sin Q. Right? P and Q are different angles present in different sine functions. Sin P and sin Q. Right? In the previous case, sin A plus B, two angles are present in a single sine function. But here we have separate sin P and separate sin Q and the addition of the two. So sin P plus sin Q is 2 sin P plus Q by 2, add these two, divided by 2, cos P minus Q divided by 2. Sin P minus sin Q, interchange the angles. Sin P minus Q divided by 2, cos P plus Q divided by 2. Right? I told you in the last point that in sine formulas you will see sine cos in multiplication, but in cos formulas you will see cos cos or sine sine in multiplication. Right? So cos P plus cos P plus cos Q is equal to 2 cos P plus Q by 2, cos P minus Q divided by 2. Cos P minus cos Q is 2 sin P plus Q by 2. Here there is a change, it is Q minus P by 2. Sin Q minus, in the above formulas it is P minus Q, but here in cos P minus cos Q it is sin Q minus P divided by 2. Right? Now let us see some examples. Sin 75 plus sin 15 degree. So this is P, this is Q. Right? I am using sin P plus sin Q, so it is 2 sin P plus Q divided by 2, that is 75 plus 15 divided by 2, cos subtraction 75 minus 15 divided by 2. Right? So it becomes 2 sin 45 degree cos 30 degree. And we know the value, you can put it and you can calculate the result. Second is sin 105 plus sin 15. Again, same sine formulas. Take negative, let us change the question, take negative. So it becomes sin 2 sin P minus Q, that is 90 divided by 2. Right? Into cos P plus Q, that is 120 divided by 2. Right? So you will get 2 sin 45 cos 60. Now you can put the value of sin 45 and cos 60 and you can calculate the result. Next is 2 sin 45 degree cos 15 degree. Now these two are in multiplication, not in addition like these two. Right? So this is the right side. Sine and cos. Sine and cos. Sine and cos. So we have this type of format. 2 sin P plus Q by 2, cos P minus Q by 2. Sine function is having more angle. So here sine function is having greater angle, 75. So I can say this is P plus Q divided by 2. According to this formula, it is P plus Q divided by 2. What is this? This is P minus Q divided by 2. Right? Now I will say P plus Q divided by 2 is 75. And P plus Q will be 150. Similarly, P minus Q by 2 is 15 degree. So P minus Q is 30 degree. Add these two. If you add these two, you will get 2P is equal to 180. So P is equal to 90. Right? P is 90. If P is 90, then what is the value of Q? If P is 90, then Q will be 60 degree. Right? Now we have P and Q values both. So what is the result or what is the answer of this question? This is the right side of this formula. So this is equivalent to sin P plus sin Q. So I can say this is sin P plus sin Q. That is sin 90 degree plus sin 60 degree. That is 1 plus root 3 by 2. Again, 2 sin 75 cos 15 is this type of format, right? So this higher angle should be P plus Q by 2. Lower angle is P minus Q divided by 2. So P plus Q divided by 2 is 75. P plus Q will be 150. P minus Q divided by 2 is 15. So P minus Q is 30 degree. Solve it, you will get P and Q and replace this data with this data, sin P plus sin Q. So this term is equal to sin P plus sin Q. I hope you understood this. Okay, now let us see the next type of formula. Next type of formula is cos 3a, 3 times angle. 3 times angle and we are converted into a. 3a is converted into a. So cos 3a is 4 cos cube a minus 3 cos a. When we have cube, then 4 will come in multiplication. When we have power 1, then 3 will come in multiplication. Same thing in sine. Sin 3a is 3 into sine power 1 minus 4 into sine power 3. Right? You have to remember these two formulas also. Now let us see one example based on these two formulas. We have 6 sine power 1 cos 20 degree minus 8 sine power 3 20 degree. Right? Power 3 power 1 similar to this type of format. Right? So take 2 common. So what you will get, 3 sine 20 degree minus 4 sine power 3 20 degree. This is sine 3a. So 3 times of 20. I can write 2 into sine 3 times of 20 is 60. So it is root 3. Got this? Next, we have to simplify this formula. 3 cos theta plus cos 3 theta divided by 3 sin theta minus sin 3 theta. So I am using 3 angle formula. So the cos 3, let us write it cos theta. I am replacing cos 3 theta with this term. 4 cos power 3 theta minus 3 cos theta divided by 3 sin theta. Replace sin 3 theta. Sin 3 theta is 3 sin theta minus 4 sin power 3 theta. Right? So this term will cancel out with this and this term will cancel out with this. So what we will get? We will get 4 cos cube theta divided by 4 sin cube theta. So in result, what we will get? We will get cot power 3 theta. This is our answer. Right? I hope you got this trigonometric part. So this is the end of first lecture and the portion covered in this lecture is trigonometry. Right? I hope you understood this.